And welcome back to the marketplace. A mixed bag of financial and economic theories have made Ghana's business environment complex over the years. The country has never achieved single-digit interest rates regime, whilst the local currency has always come under severe pressure whenever there are internal or external shocks. Now, this has created a challenging business environment which does not augur well for effective planning and decision-making. But the good thing is that various experts have been working to find lasting solutions to this. One of them is a member of parliament for Inshaesu in the Ashanti region, Dr. Stephen Amma, also a member of Parliament's Finance Committee, who is leading a team to outdoor financial and economic model that will help address Ghana's economic challenges. His outfit will be hosting a seminar on the theme identifying and redefining the economic fundamentals of developing countries, their anomalies and challenges and in the case of Ghana. He joins me in studio. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thanks for joining us on the marketplace. And so before we talk more about this program that is coming up, I just wanted to pick your thoughts on inflation, because the Ghana Statistical Service released the figures for May, 27.6%. It should be concerning. I mean, what are your thoughts on what's happening and how we should deal with it?
Yeah, I think my regards to our viewers this very afternoon. It is extremely challenging. It's not anything that we can heap scorn on as a country. But of course, because of sometimes the way people handle some of these extracts, we tend to let them also understand the reality. I think US today is 41-year-old high. US, it's about 32-year-old high. So this is a global issue. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't see it as a challenge to work on it. It is something we need to. And something ironically, I was asking somebody, what inflation rate in single digit? We say that, oh, ordinary man is not important. Oh, you are talking about figures. Is it a real case on the market? Now that is very high, then that one the ordinary man understands. The fact is, we are in a very bad times. Let's be very honest, all over the world. Now, even some parts of America, they don't even get baby food on the shelves. So this situation, one, is global. But the fact that it's global doesn't mean that we should support somebody like your statement. It's extremely important that as a country, we quickly come around the table, bring all stakeholders on board, and see how best can we mitigate the impact of this hardship, because it's really getting out of hand.
So the argument is that governments over time have missed the opportunity to fix some of the challenges. For instance, with the food supply, because we rely on countries such as Russia and Ukraine for fertilizer. Now we are in a fix because there's a war ongoing there, and we can't supply fertilizer to farmers right here in Ghana.
Yeah. Yesterday I was listening to BBC. Parts of America, they have problem with fertilizer. So I get your point, but your question is so important. And that is why our seminar is important. Somebody like you should come. Do you know what it's addressing? It's addressing these fundamentals.
Okay.
Why should Ghana import even all these, when we have almost everything that we need, only to create a needed value chain and produce everything we need, especially from agri sector? We have almost everything, natural resources, raw materials. They don't require complex value chains in producing them. So one of such anomalies is what we have identified. It's sometimes economic policies anomalies that I'm talking about. Our case, why this is happening is that governments, I'm not saying governments often borrow on our domestic market at a higher interest rate. It's causing almost all these. When you come there, you understand. I mean, why should treasury bills give returns more than risky assets? Treasury bills are risk-free by the government. And if government is borrowing at a higher rate, almost all the banks will prefer investing in government securities. So private sector that has the capacity to produce these things you are talking about, they don't have adequate funds. The rationed funds that they will have, interest rate will always be double digit. And if you test all the formulas, 1965 by Sharp, 76 by Ross, 93 by Hanan and Lian, they were two, 2015 by Deming, the models they have are not good enough or pointers for our market. And that is what I researched and remodeled. I improved upon this. I've come out with a new model that if the regulators are able to use or integrate that in their policy frameworks, it may help. But the fact of the matter is that under no circumstance that any government, whether government A or B, should borrow on our domestic market at a higher interest rate than the private sector. It's not done, but it is happening in Ghana. And it's not today. It's like 40-year stuff. Just maybe short time, you get the reverse. But most of the times, or often, this is what happens. And that is why we want to tackle the basis, the fundamentals, the behavior economics, things that if we don't fix them, it's like building a whole skyscraper on a wrong foundation.
I'm interested in the work that the team of experts have done, and in terms of a financial and economic model. What have you discovered to be one that would be appropriate for us? Because over time, our economy has been based on export of raw materials and not even not even adding value to some of the things that we produce in this country, which has been something that's
that is the cause of every problem. Unemployment, exchange rate, everything is the main cause. And we don't have any justification.
What's the economic model that we need right now? Looking at the current
what I did is an aspect of it. Because one of the major challenges confronting us as a country is, one, availability of adequate funds for the private sector to expand organically so they can employ a lot of people, they can produce to meet aggregate demand and cut down importation and then reduce depreciation of our city. You understand what I'm saying? This is the main thing that we need to do. So we have done, or I did it. In fact, my work was examined by two professors, Adibanji and Akrapra on KNUST campus. And then the work was examined by one professor from Canada and one from Pakistan, together with the KNUST professors. So I've come out with a new model as an improvement on the existing one for the banking sector. I will help them a lot. But the core issue we want to address, which is one of the fundamentals causing the issues we are raising, is the fact that the private sector, which is an engine of growth in Ghana here, governments, whether A or B, are challenging and competing with them for funds. And the government is rather giving higher returns. If I'm giving my money to government, it's giving me 20%. Will I give it to you? Exactly. Treasury bills in other developed jurisdictions fall within 1.52%. Now, treasury bills is about 22% or 21%. So we have these fundamentals that I know I will be attacked. I don't care whoever will attack, whether I'm MPP, NDC. But what I'm trying to say is that it is not party A or B's problem. Ghana's problem has been the fact that multiples of decades, there are fundamentals that we need to fix. We always just talk about them. It is time we fix them. Before we even move to the secondary issues of what the public, they say, other stakeholders, the media, there are common issues that technocrats, experts, politicians, regulatory bodies, authorities, policymakers should say enough is enough. These are the right models. Let's try them, work with them. And as a country, we can manage our sovereignty within these defined models.
We don't want to give all away before the seminar on the 13th of June, right?
Yes.
So
we have one professor from Switzerland. He's coming to speak on behavior economy.
Which people are gracing the seminar.
Yeah, actually the main speakers are Professor David Yanagisawa Drott from Department of Economics, University of Zurich, Switzerland. And then Professor Atinuke Adibanji, Head of Statistics and Actuarial Science, KNUST, but she's a Nigerian. Okay. And they have Dr. Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Institute of Business Administration, Karachi, Pakistan. And then we have other chairman, is it Professor Emeritus Stephen Ade, will come as a chairman. Right. Then we have a team of discussants, commercial bank boss, AGI boss, Guita boss, somebody from NIB, and then other young ladies who are into entrepreneurs and holding vital, relevant positions. So we want not this time just to talk and leave. We want to push this advocacy and make sure that, okay, if it is high unemployment rate, something must be done till we solve it. You know, this is what we want to do.
The issue I have with seminars is that it becomes a talk shop and then we see nothing done. So how confident are you that you're going to be following this through to ensure that some of the things, that suggestions you make are adopted by governments with an S?
And that is why we set up a financial economics seminar body, well registered. And we're going to push this agenda. And that's why we are bringing stakeholders on board. We'll follow up. Even if the model is good or not good for Ghana, we want stakeholders to digest it, take it on board, run it, test it, and see. Even if it's good or not, should we still experience double-digit interest rate economy? Whilst others are giving 6%, Ghana is always 40%. How can you as entrepreneurs succeed?
Right.
How can we import food products? oranges. How? You only squeeze our preservative, it's free juice. And yet we have to import chemicals. These are fundamentals that we all have to solve.
You know, when we say
enough is enough.
When we
need to solve these problems.
In normal times, we refer to COVID-19, but the way the economy is going, we are certainly not in normal times, and we need something to think around how we can fix the current economic challenges. And so we'll be looking forward to that seminar. Dr. Stephen Amwa, MP for Nshire, so also a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. Where is it taking place, sir?
In the International Conference Center on the 13th of June. Of course, it's free.
It's free.
We'll provide lunch for those who will come, something at least, just to make sure that we restore the energy that you lost.
All right.
Coming to the conference. But the point is, all of you should be part of this awareness creation exercise. All of you, let's push it.
Great.
Just push it. Let's push it to the extent that a time may come that we will not import any free juice. These are not complex value chains. They are not difficult, so I don't get it.
We need
plant fruit, produce them, eat some, export some. Why can't we? Data is a big issue.
Dr. Stephen Amwa there, MP for Nshire, is also a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. That's the marketplace. In 2 minutes, I'll be on radio to do the masterclass, sitting in for Yabanafo, hosting the CEO of Chop Shop. So don't miss it if you can on Joy 99.7 FM. That's the marketplace. Goodbye.